Welcome to Storytime Online. My name is Caitlin and I'm the Youth Programs Coordinator with Orange County Library System. I'm super excited to be here today with you. Our Storytime theme is Native American Heritage and it is geared for children ages 3 to 5. Every program is based on Every Child Ready to Read, which practices the early literacy skills of reading, writing, talking, singing, and playing. Caregivers, I invite you to join in on all the fun today with your child. When your child sees you having fun, they're gonna wanna join in and have some fun too. Okay, let's get started. I always love to welcome my friends with a Hello Everybody song. If you know this song, come on and sing with me. I'll also be doing some movements. I'll be opening and closing my hands. Open and close your hands with me. Open, close, open, close, open, close. Just like that. Let's do it together. Open, close, open, close. Now let's move side to side and do that. Open, close, open, close. Okay, like I said, if you know the words, sing along with me and dance and move along with me too. Let's get started. Hello everybody and how are you? How are you? How are you? Hello everybody and how are you? How are you today? That was great. Thank you so much for singing and moving along with me. I really always love to welcome all my friends to Storytime Online. I'm so happy you're here. Now, let's start to talk about our very special letter. Our letter of the day is B. Here we have a capital letter B and a lowercase letter B. Do you know the sound that the letter B makes? The letter B makes the B sound. Can you do that with me? B, B, B. Let's do it just one more time. B, B, B. Now we know what the letter B looks like and we know what the letter B sounds like. B, B. Okay, will you join me in writing the letter B today? You will? Perfect. All you need is your finger and your hand. Let's get started. The first thing we're gonna wanna do is draw a straight line. So we're gonna draw a line from the top to the bottom of our hand. Yep, just like that, from the top to the bottom of our hand. Then we're gonna draw a half circle from the top to the middle of our hand, just like this. Yes, from the top to the middle. Now we're gonna meet at the middle and draw one more half circle to the bottom, just like that. Let's do that one more time. We'll draw a straight line, then we'll draw a half circle from the top to the middle, then from the middle to the bottom. We just wrote the letter B. That was so much fun. We talked about the letter B, we made the sounds of the letter B, and we wrote the letter B together. Now let's talk about some of our fun flannels here on the board. We have 3 flannels that start with the letter B and make the B, B sound. And we have 1 flannel that does not start with the letter B and does not make the B, B sound. Help me as I go through all of the flannels we have today on the board. Let's start with this brown flannel. This animal is called a bear. Bear. Does bear make the B, B sound? Bear does make the B, B sound. B, B, bear. Next, we have our baby. Do you see our baby here with its white diaper? Baby. Does baby make the B, B sound? Baby does make the B, B sound. That means the word baby starts with the letter B. Here we have a bird. Does bird make the B sound? B, B, bird. Bird does make the B sound. This type of bird is called a bald eagle. It is black, white, with an orange beak and orange talons. Okay, last for our fun flannel, we have the sun. Does sun start with the letter B? No, the sun starts with the letter S. Sun. Okay, caregivers, talking with your child strengthens brain development and teaches children about language and communication. Now I want to invite you to do a super fun counting song called 10 Galloping Horses. Let's start by counting our 10 horses. I'm going to be going from left to right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we're ready for our 10 Galloping Horses song. But first, we need to learn how to gallop. Gallop is when horses are running very quickly at a fast pace. All you need to do to gallop with me is put one arm out and put one more on top. And your arms can be very relaxed, like we're riding a horse that's galloping. And we're just going to do this movement, up and down, up and down. Will you gallop with me today? You will? Okay, let's get started. Are you ready to gallop? I'm ready. Okay, 10 galloping horses went through town. Some were white and some were brown. They galloped up, gallop up with me. They galloped down, and one horse galloped out of town. Now we have 9 galloping horses. Will you help me gallop with these horses? Okay, 9 galloping horses went through town. Some were white and some were brown. They galloped up, gallop up, and then they galloped down. And one horse galloped out of town. Now we have 8 galloping horses. Are you ready to keep galloping with me? Let's go. 8 galloping horses rode through town. Some were white and some were brown. They galloped up, that's right, and they galloped down. And one horse galloped out of town. Now we have 7 galloping horses. Gallop with me. 7 horses galloped through town. Some were white and some were brown. They galloped up, they galloped down, and one horse galloped out of town. Now we have 6 galloping horses. 6 galloping horses rode through town. Some were white and some were brown. They galloped up, they galloped down, and one galloped out of town. Now we have 5 galloping horses. Thank you so much for counting and galloping along with me as we counted down from 10 to 5. Let's count our last 5 horses. Here we have 1, 2 white horses, and the rest are brown. 3, 4, 5. So we have 5 horses total. Okay, everyone, before we get started with our story, I would love for you to stretch with me. So we're going to be stretching up and down together. So get up. Come on, everybody, get up. Okay, copy as I do. When I stretch up, I feel tall. And when I bend down, I feel small. Let's go back up. Taller, 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 like we're grabbing for some apples. then back down, smaller, 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 and then into a ball. Thank you so much for stretching with me. Let's just do it one more time. When I stretch up, I feel tall. And then when I bend down, I feel small. Let's go back up. Taller, taller, taller. Now back down. Smaller, 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 and into a ball. Now we can take a seat and get ready for our story. Thank you so much for stretching and playing with me. Caregivers, play helps children develop narrative skills and learn the sequence or order of stories. Now, let's get started with our very special story. The story I will be telling you today is a retelling of the story Thanks to the Animals by Alan Sockabasin. Are you ready? Once upon a time, there was a family. There were 2 grown-ups, a child, and a baby. Although the sun was out, it was starting to get very, very cold, and snow was falling. The family realized that they needed to move somewhere warmer. So the family decided they would begin to pack up their sled. Here's their blue sled. So the 2 grown-ups, or the adults, began to pack up their cedar log home. And they packed 1, 2, 3, 4 cedar logs. Their sled was very heavy and very full, but they still had more things to pack to move to their new home. The family also packed all the vegetables they had grown. They packed their tomatoes. They packed their green beans. They packed their corn. They had so many vegetables, they had their home, and they also remembered to pack all the meat that they had been catching. They had been fishing, so they made sure to pack their fish. 1 grown-up would be ready to lead the sled, and the rest of the family would be able to be in the back of the sled, nice and cozy and dry and warm. So 1 adult got in the back of the sled and fell quickly to sleep. So did the other 2 children. The family began making their journey to somewhere warm and dry. They had been traveling so long. The night had turned, and the family continued to ride in their sled. Then the family hit a bump in the middle of the night, and the teeny tiny baby rolled off. The rest of the family did not hear the baby. The adult and the child were sleeping. The other adult was all the way in the front of the sled and couldn't see or hear anything in the middle of the night. So the family continued to travel all the way to their new home. It was morning again, and the grown-up said, "Let me begin unpacking my sled." So they took off all their cedar logs, all of their vegetables, their corn, tomato, beans, their fish. Then the adult went to go wake up the rest of the family, and the family realized, the baby is missing. Meanwhile, while the family was very worried, the baby was out all by their lonesome. So the baby cried out, "Wah, wah." And even though the family was so far away and couldn't hear the baby, some animals heard the baby, and a bear had come and said, "Baby, I will keep you dry and warm and safe." But the baby was still lonely and still scared and very cold. So the baby cried out again, Wah, wah. And a wolf came and said, "Don't worry, baby. I will come and help keep you dry, warm, and safe." The baby continued to cry, and more animals heard the baby. Soon, a fox came, an orange fox. Next, a white rabbit. And last, a flying bald eagle. Shh. And all of the animals said, "We will keep you dry and safe." Let's go back to the family. So the family is so worried. They say, "We're gonna jump right back on our sled. We're gonna hop right back on and go searching for the teeny baby." Then they arrive and they see all of these animals. They're confused. Why are all of these animals in a circle? And then the eagle says to the grown-ups, "Shh, I knew you would return. Your baby is safe with us." So the grown-ups went running and they saw the baby, and so did the other child, and they were so happy. They made sure to thank all of the animals. The grown-ups said, "Thank you, brown bear." They said, "Thank you, gray wolf. Thank you, orange fox. And thank you, white rabbit." They also said, "Thank you" to the bald eagle. All of the animals were so happy to help, and the family was happy to be reunited and returned together. All the animals left, back to their homes. The family had finally gotten to their new warm home, their new destination, and they rebuilt their home with their 4 cedar logs. And the family was so very thankful that the animals were there to protect them, and they were so happy to be reunited as a family of 4 again. Thank you so much for listening to my story. Establishing positive reading habits creates a lifelong love of reading and learning. Now I would like to invite you to join me in a very fun song called Vegetable Rainbow. As you can see, I have some colorful vegetables here. So let's get started. There are many colored vegetables. They are good for you. Carrots are orange. Let's try a few. Beans are green. I'll have some of those too. Corn is yellow, and tomatoes are red. When you eat a rainbow, you know you are well fed. Thank you so much. I want to do that song just one more time, but this time I'm not going to say any of the colors. You are. Are you ready? Let's get started. Okay, let's get started with our vegetable rainbow. There are many colored vegetables. They are good for you. Carrots are. Let's eat a few. Beans are. I'll try some of those too. Corn is. And tomatoes are. When you eat a rainbow, you know you are well fed. Thank you so much. That was so much fun to talk about vegetables and colors. I love eating vegetables. They're delicious. So before you leave today, I wanted to share a few title recommendations in celebration of Native American Heritage Month. The first one I want to share with you is titled Fry Bread. This book is available for you to check out at the library. And my favorite part about this title is that there's a recipe inside. You can make your very own fry bread together. My next recommendation for you is titled Powwow Day, and this is by Tracy Sorrell. This book is such a fun, vibrant celebration, and it actually has vocabulary all about this Native American celebration. Last, I have a book titled Sky Wolf's Call, The Gift of Indigenous Knowledge. Now I just want to thank you so much for joining me today for Storytime Online. I hope I get to see you next time. Thanks again. Bye.